Hello, hi there, Visionary family, and welcome back to another one with Lady Visionary. How are you doing? If you're new to my channel, please do go ahead and smash that red subscribe button and become part of this growing family here on YouTube. We are at what, over 4,000 subscribers, 4,000 plus subscribers, and we're on the way to achieving 5,000 subscribers, and it's definitely doable with your help. So how you can help me grow my channel is by making sure you like the live stream, making sure you share out my videos, some of your favorite videos on my channel. Please do go ahead and share them out. You know, when you like my videos, when you share my videos, it helps me to gain visibility on YouTube and as well as other platforms. For those of you guys that who do not know me, I am Lady Visionary. I relocated from the UK to Rwanda. So Rwanda is my home now. Rwanda is the country which I've chosen to relocate with my husband and two children. As you guys come in, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you do not go anywhere. This is a very, very important conversation that must be had, right? So for those of you guys who do not know, I offer consultations for those of you guys who are interested in relocating and doing business in Rwanda. A little bit about my background. I'm a physiotherapist. I've worked as a physiotherapist for the last 10 years until I relocated to Rwanda. I also did a master's in global health and international development. So I'm very knowledgeable in terms of the continent and the issues and how we can progress forward. Obviously, with regards to, you guys know that there's a big movement right now with the diaspora, mobilizing and leaving sort of Europe, the West, and even the Americas, and choosing to live in Africa. I think it's a phenomenal thing. I support it 100%. Obviously, you have to do it with strategy. And I believe that we should come together, unite, and build up Mother Africa. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here on YouTube. I'm here to give information, not only give information, but also there's so many of you guys out there that I'm learning from each and every day. So I'm really, really grateful for that. So yeah, guys, I'm waiting for more of you guys to join the conversation before I start. This is a message for the diaspora, a very, very important message. As you guys know, I'm very, very transparent on my channel, and anything that I find to be valuable, I'm definitely going to come on here and speak to you guys about that. And again, you guys need to be active in the comment section to be able to share your knowledge with us, because it's not just me sharing information, but also I think it's important that those of you guys who engage with this platform to also disseminate information in the comments, or when I give an opportunity for you guys to join the live stream, when I send out the link, it's important for you guys to come and share information on this platform. It's not just about me sharing information. I would love to hear from you guys as well. So the conversation today is, as I said, it's titled Message for the Diaspora. Even in Africa, you have to fight for a seat at the table. Even in Africa, you have to fight for a seat at the table. And, we're just going to pause a moment. Obviously, for those who will be watching the replay, we're waiting for others to join before we get into the meat of the conversation. Very important for us to have these sort of conversations, have these sort of dialogues. And the reasons for it is to give you guys information, yes, but also the information hopefully can help us mobilize and see how we can possibly influence change, okay? And, having these conversations is important to disseminate the information, so it can reach various sources, reach various leaders on the continent, and for them to really know the issues that we, the diaspora, are facing, and how, we can potentially overcome these challenges moving forward. I'm seeing more of you guys join. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you're interactive within the comment section. I'd really love to hear from you. I will really, I will send out the link as well. So for those of you guys who want to come in and talk to us, okay? Today's topic is for the diaspora. Even in Africa, we have to fight for a seat at the table. You know, we are descendants of our ancestors who were taken forcibly from Africa to various parts of the world. And, you know, there is a real struggle because we're coming back to the motherland. And yes, we are embraced in some respect. However, sometimes we're not seen as one of them. I think, or one of the big challenges is that we're not seen as Africans, you know? When we go to the continent, even like up to 3 weeks ago, a continental African said to me, you know, I said, oh yes, I'm African. And the continental African turned around and said to me, like, no, you're not African. I mean, there's two ways you could deal with this. I could have walked away and be like upset, but what I chose to do is educate. I said, yes, I am African. And I had to give some information about our history and why I'm African, because a lot of the time, that's the honest truth, a lot of the times leaving the Americas, leaving Europe, relocating to Africa, visiting Africa, our continental African brothers and sisters do not see us as one of them, right? And they look at us as foreigners. They really do. And so often we are treated differently. You know, this is just the truth. This is from my experience. I've been traveling the continent since 2010, you know, visited various countries, whether it be Ghana, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, you know, and this was in Rwanda where someone said to me, oh, you are not African. And as I said, you know, and what needs to happen is, because there's been like this conditioning of the mind of our continental Africans, there needs to be a lot of learning, unlearning and relearning. And so us, the diaspora, coming to the continent, we need to be aware of some of the challenges, like the one I'm talking about. And for us not to get sort of frustrated and upset, but also for us to know that we have a lot of work on our hands. Like, it's really not a bed of roses. I spend my time, even in Rwanda, educating continental Africans, you know, the ones that I may meet along the way, educating them as to why I am also an African, you know, and why they shouldn't treat me differently to how they treat their other continental African brothers and sisters. So, guys, I'm seeing you guys in the comments. Let me know what you think. I would really love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. I will also send out the link for anybody who wants to share anything valuable in this conversation. Also, why I'm saying also we have to fight for a seat at the table and gain that recognition also as Africans and also descendants of Africans, right? You know that in a lot of African countries, we can't just go and just gain citizenship. A lot of the times we have to apply for visas, the renewal of visas. It's a lengthy and tedious process. You know, we are being invited to Africa. You know, in Ghana, you had like the year of return. I think it was 2019. A lot of Black Americans, a lot of people from Europe as well, you know, flocked and they went into Ghana. But, you know, you can't just gain automatic citizenship. Also, you're seeing Black Sid, Juliet from Black Sid, who's really working hard in the Gambia for the diaspora to be able to, you know, come home and be recognized as a descendant of our ancestors. And also that, you know, it's our birthright. And so, you know, don't look at us as foreigners, you know, give us, well, she's advocating for automatic citizenship, you know, in the Gambia. She's doing amazing work. And that again is a fight for a seat at the table, a fight for recognition, that being our birthright. So I want you guys to know it's not a bed of roses trying to relocate to the continent, to the motherland. But we shouldn't be put off. We definitely shouldn't be put off. We should know that there is work to be done, and we need to get involved in that work so that we can be properly recognized, right? And not discriminated against, you know? So that is the true reality of what we face as diasporas returning home. Yes, like in Rwanda as well, you can gain citizenship, but again, it is a lengthy process. It's a lengthy process, and like relocating to Rwanda, you have to kind of reapply. You have to apply for visas, extension of visas, and things like that. You have to be able to show or demonstrate extensively that you have something sustainable to bring to Rwanda to be able to eventually gain citizenship. But it is a process. It is a lengthy process to be able to gain citizenship in Rwanda, but not only Rwanda, but also in other countries in Africa. Again, Tanzania doesn't allow dual citizenship. You can only have one. So if you're an American citizen or a British citizen wanting to be a Tanzanian citizen, you have to revoke you have to revoke the American citizenship or the British citizenship. The one thing I like about Rwanda is Rwanda does allow for dual citizenship, okay? And again, even in Tanzania, I believe you have to be living there like up to like 10 years, correct me if I'm wrong, but you have to be living there for up to like 10 years to be able to gain citizenship. So I want the diaspora to know that, look, it is really a fight, and it's really kind of frustrating thinking about what we're moving from the West. We're moving from the Americas because of some of the challenges and the hardship that we're facing in the West around racism, for example, and also in America, the brutality, the brutal killings of Black people, you know, that's completely horrendous. So we're moving from that fight, and we're transitioning to another fight when we come onto the continent, and that is to be recognized as Africans, recognized as children of descendants of our ancestors. But I'm not saying don't give up. I'm saying don't give up. We still have to fight. And I definitely believe with this movement of the diaspora moving to the continent and really want to influence change, as well as, you know, live a better quality of life where we don't have to face the type of discrimination that we face in the West with regards to the racist systems and and being able to navigate through the different systems, that basically there's a wall being shut in our face, or there's a door being shut in our face because of the color of our skin. You know, we don't have to protest for our lives, like Black Lives Matter, but I want you to know that when you come to the continent, you're definitely going to have to fight for a seat at the table. And we definitely need to unite and, you know, just make our voices be heard to the policymakers, to the government, for us to be recognized as descendants of our ancestors, because, you know, that is our birthright. We should be able to gain citizenship without this tedious process that can sometimes be off-putting to a lot of people who would love to return home to the motherland and contribute to the economic development of our country and contribute to the development of our people. But we have this stumbling block that we definitely have to try and jump. And, you know, I'm not bringing this conversation to put anybody off, but it's for you guys to be aware of some of the challenges that are on the ground. And I feel like I'm in a position to give you guys that information because I've been traveling the motherland, and, you know, I'm living in Rwanda, and I know the challenges of, you know, people always ask, how do you gain citizenship? You know, people on the ground having to apply for visas, and renewing visas and trying to see, okay, like in Rwanda, if you set up a business, you know, you can use that paperwork to be able to extend your visa and eventually get citizenship. But it is a lengthy process, and it can be unsettling, you know, especially when you made a decision to move from the Americas, move from Europe, coming to relocate to Africa, and finding that, you know, you have to, the challenging aspect of gaining citizenship or residency to be able to live freely and comfortable in a country. So definitely we want to talk to the African government and for them to like make the process easy for those of us who want to come home to the motherland and really be a part of change. Okay, I don't know what you guys think. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I will also send out a link so that you guys can feel free to join the conversation. So do bear with me while I send out the link invite. If you have anything you want to add to the conversation, guys, make sure you like the live stream. Make sure you like the live stream and make sure that you subscribe if you are new. Please do go ahead and subscribe. So guys, that is the reality. You have to fight for a seat at the table because it's a significant problem. It really is a significant problem because even though our skin may be same as the African people, in a lot of circumstances, we're not recognized as being the same. And yes, there's an more of an embrace of people from the diaspora, but it's just not enough. It's not at the level where it should be. And they feel like we shouldn't be fighting for visas, shouldn't be fighting for citizenship. I think there definitely needs to be a process that makes it easy for us. So that I find is a significant challenge for a lot of the diaspora wanting to move to the different countries without much problems for themselves and their family. So I have sent out the link. Let me know, you guys, what you think in the comments. I'm seeing you guys here. Make sure you smash the subscribe button if you're new. Make sure you like the live stream. Again, I've sent out the link for anybody who wants to come and just add something valuable because, as I said, I really want to be as transparent as I can and for you guys to know that it's not going to be a bed of roses. Yes, Africa is amazing. You can live a great quality of life. You can be a part of something, this great phenomena of the diaspora relocating and really help to build Africa or that country that you're choosing to relocate to. But you must know that it will not come without its challenges. And sometimes you can really get frustrated because you're trying to knock on doors, you're trying to break down barriers, and it's difficult. It's really, really difficult. It's challenging, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. It's really not impossible. So it's just for us to be aware, definitely needing to be aware. Again, for those of you guys coming to Rwanda, you know, you can get, obviously, when you come into the country, you can get your 3-month visa. If you apply for, if you set up a business, again, you can get your visa extended. Again, you have to reapply for an extension. And then, you know, it's a lengthy process. So it's not a bed of roses. So I think we have a guest here. Right. Unknown TR.
Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm getting better every day. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you say you're a physiotherapist. I'm like, I wish I was right next to you so that you can be my physiotherapist.
Yes, you need to come to Rwanda because I'll be definitely getting back into the
Oh, I miss home. I miss home. It's been a while, but in a few years, I'm hoping to be back. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So,
yeah.
I think there's an echo in your background. Oh, have you got 2 apps open?
Oh, wait a second.
So the conversation for those of you guys who are just coming in, even in Africa, you must fight for a free application. So we're talking about the challenges of being recognized as, you know, a descendant of our ancestors.
Okay. Yeah, I'm saying that it's a wonderful thing, and also, like what I'm also saying is that I like the fact that many Black people, like maybe African Americans, and also people like you from the islands, from the Caribbean,
Yes.
starting to come over to Africa. It's like in order for us as Black people to rise, we need to first get together first, and Africa is a perfect place for us to unite and rise together at once. Yeah.
Oh, most
Because,
definitely.
yeah, it can be
Most
really
definitely.
powerful, really powerful.
When it comes to influencing change on the continent, especially around gaining citizenship, I feel like definitely the diaspora needs to be aware of this issue and to be able to come together and mobilize towards, you know, bringing about a positive change.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that's how it starts. Definitely, it's just gonna start with definitely we're just gonna need help with our home governments in Africa, just getting involved and just making the citizenship issue just much easier, much more smooth, so that we need to have some kind of Black privilege in Africa. Period. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah.
Because I feel like, and you often see it, you know, doors are open to a lot of White people in Africa.
Exactly. No,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, it's time for the doors to be open.
Yeah. I think there's still an echo. You may have two apps open.
Yeah, I don't know why, but no, it's just like it's one app. I checked I don't have the other one open. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you from specifically?
Yeah, I'm originally from Rwanda.
Oh wow, wow. So when last did you visit Rwanda?
Oh my goodness, I left in 2000, so I haven't been back yet. But I should be back soon, though. I should be back soon.
Fantastic. I'd love to meet you once you're on the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why every time I always tell you that you need to visit my hometown, Butare.
Butare, yes, I haven't been to that side yet.
Yeah, you need to get to my hometown. I grew up in Butare, and my family, we moved to Kigali in 1992.
Oh wow. So
Yeah.
you're planning on relocating? What are your plans?
Pardon me?
Are you planning on relocating? What are your plans?
Oh, definitely. I want to be back for good. Yeah, I'm tired of the US. Yeah. Yeah, I want to be back for good forever. Yeah.
And so, you know, we talk about the government kind of making the process a bit more smooth for the diaspora to come home. Let me know a bit more about that. Because it is a struggle fighting for being recognized as Africans.
Yeah, because like right now at the moment, they haven't done much, but I remember like one of the most recent African Union summit, they talked about having one passport for Africans.
Yes.
For all Africans. So if that passport can become available, there's a way that they can get the people of the diaspora and then have them access to that passport that opens the door to all 54 countries in Africa, that would be great. Yeah.
Because even for Africans traveling from one country to another,
absolutely.
It's really difficult.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I mean. Like
we follow Guatemala, but he's been arrested several times in different countries because they question his motives.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's really that can be a powerful passport because like you represent 54 countries. So you just get to like a European airport, they ask you what country you're from, and be like, why are you asking me? Isn't my passport enough? Yeah. So
exactly, definitely need to make it easier for
Yeah, absolutely.
Even when we choose the country where we want to live, definitely it should be a process.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. But thank you so much, Unknown. It's been lovely having you.
Thank you very much, Lady Visionary. So we'll talk later.
And you come back again soon.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, take care. Right, so that was Unknown TR in the building, and one important point he was saying is that, you know, that our governments need to make the process of gaining citizenship a lot easier, a lot smoother for the diaspora. And I definitely agree 100%, because right now, as it stands, it's very challenging. It's very challenging. And, you know, the diaspora definitely need to be aware of this when you're thinking about relocating to the motherland. Okay? Know that you will have this challenge on your hand. Again, Juliet from Black Sit, she's based in the Gambia, is working so hard with local leaders, etc., to, you know, to just just to talk about our history and talk about why, you know, anyone moving to the Gambia, the diaspora, they should have automatic citizenship. And so it's been, you know, because she's been working on this for quite a while, and it's still ongoing. It's an ongoing fight, and she's been in the Gambia a couple of years. So it's an ongoing fight that we, the diaspora, need to be aware of. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. But I don't want that to put you off from coming to the continent. It should not put you off. But you should know that we have to fight together for a seat at the table. Okay? Guys, do go ahead and like this live stream if you haven't already done so. Make sure you smash the subscribe button if you are new. Make sure you support my work with a super chat. I've also linked the PayPal details as well. Those of you guys who want to support what I'm doing, I'm just going to go through. Well, I'll send out the link one more time for those of you guys who want to come in and add something valuable to the conversation. We're not here for very, very long. I thought I'd come on here and speak to you guys about this topic because I've had it lingering for quite a while, and I felt like now was the right time to really talk about it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and greet some of you guys. The Unknown Traveler is saying hello, Lady Visionary. Hello to you as well. Thank you so much for being here, The Unknown Traveler. I see you. I see your support. I see your love. Tihuti Ra, greetings, my sister. Stay strong. Thank you so much. Unknown Traveler, how I wish I was near you. You would be my physiotherapist. Guys, like, I'm not completely abandoning physiotherapy. I will be resuming it at some point, okay? But more like the managerial side, because Africa needs healthcare. So I will be definitely doing something in the future with regards to healthcare and physiotherapy. Obviously, you guys know that I'm working on the resort project, the hotel project, and, you know, I have a farm, some real estate projects. So it's a lot, and I really need your support, guys. I really need your support. So that's why whenever I'm live, I'm saying, guys, support my work with the super chats. So, you know, we can do super chats, PayPal, support my work. Everything is going towards building up my projects, building up Africa, and also recruiting staff and paying staff. All of what I'm doing requires that I recruit continental Africans on the ground. So your support goes a very long way. So please do consider supporting Lady Visionary and all that I do here. Is it the beauty of Lulan? I think also it's been, as Africans living in the West and Americans have a bigger voice that might be picked up by media, and there's things that aren't being addressed that should be to make change. Most definitely, it's going to take us mobilizing together to deal with this issue of citizenship as well. So guys, know that when you're coming to the continent, be prepared to work, be prepared to fight, be prepared to just mobilize, unite with each other, and see how we can bring about change on the continent. Jackie Dallas is in the building, and she is saying blessings sis and everyone here. Thank you, sis, for being here. Appreciate you. Jackie Dallas saying, this is so true. Make it easier for us to come. We have been oppressed for so long. We need some empathy, understanding, help, etc. Exactly, you know, coming from from the Americas, where, again, as I said, you have to, there's so much oppression and systematic racism. And again, the same in the UK, recently they stabbed and killed. It was a racially targeted crime. A boy went to football and they ran him down. Is a black boy. They ran him down and stabbed him several times and murdered him. You know, it was a racially targeted attack on a 14-year-old teenage boy in the UK. He was brutally murdered. Okay, so you're running away from these things from the West and the Americas, but then having to face another challenge on the continent where you feel like, oh, I don't belong because of the lack of recognition as an African or African, a descendant of African or our ancestors. So there's a real challenge. There must be a way that the African governments in these different countries can make it easier for those of us who want to relocate to the continent, and also we want to live a better quality of life on the continent, but also to be able to contribute to the development of Africa. We don't want to face another oppression on the continent. Right, guys, make sure you've liked the live stream if you haven't already done so. Let me know if you're enjoying the conversation. Let me know if you have any questions which you want me to answer. Kemi, is it Mundu or Mundu Do? Hi, in Kenya, we did fight, and again, dual citizenship is possible to get documents from a group in the diaspora, which is states the issues you face, has recommended on what should be done. Right, so I'm not sure about Kenya, and I guess you're saying that in Kenya there is a possibility to gain dual citizenship. I don't know fully about the process, but I know that overall, in general, the common theme that keeps coming out is that we need the process to be smoother. We need an embrace, a recognition of our history, and know that we're also children of Africa. We were, our ancestors were forcibly taken to these different countries, and we now we're returning home. Embrace us, make the process smoother for those of us who want to relocate to the continent and contribute something great towards the development of our motherland. Right. See what you guys are saying. I also think African Americans should protest against the current slavery of Black people in the Middle East and stand together. Yes, there is a huge problem. A lot of young girls are leaving the motherland, and it's so sad. It's so heartbreaking, and they've been treated like nothing, beaten, raped, horrible conditions because of the lack of governance or poor governance in a lot of our African countries that are letting the young people down. So many people who are young people who are fighting the struggle of excuse me. So many people who are fighting the struggle of being able to provide for their families, and they're looking to the West and the Americas. So many people have died in the sea, in the ocean, trying to get to Europe. Right? So many young people, women from Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, going to the Middle East to find find money so they can feed their families, for them to have a better future, and finding that when they get there, they're treated like nothing because these people don't respect Black people. So it's a real challenge, guys. It's a real challenge. Real Pado is saying, or Padu saying, hi sis, the last time I was in your life, I forgot to express my sympathy, my condolence to you and your family on the passing of your dear mother. I know the feeling of loss, such a dear and precious gem. Thank you so much. Yes, I lost my mom. And for those of you guys who don't know, I'm currently not in Rwanda. I'm in Jamaica. I'm in Jamaica, and I'm just organizing the farewell of my mom. So yeah, guys, those of you guys who want to support the funeral, you can do that via PayPal. The PayPal details are all in the description bar and also going across the screen. Just make sure you reference farewell for mom, and I'll know that that specifically is to help towards the funeral arrangements for mom. So thank you so much. We have Ingrid in the building. Hello, Ingrid. How are you? Are you back in Rwanda or still in Jamaica? So I'll be in Jamaica until towards the end of this month, okay? So yeah, I guess pretty soon I will be back in Rwanda to know that the time goes so quickly, time really goes so quickly. So yeah, I will be back in Rwanda very, very soon, towards the end of this month of June, okay? So do you guys have any questions to specifically with regards to the conversation? Is there anything that you want me to elaborate on? I think I've got really straightforward to the point with regards to this conversation. So I will be rounding up very, very soon, within the next 5 minutes or so. Again, I will send out the link if any of you guys want to come in and have a chat. If you want to add something valuable to the conversation, please do make sure you like the live stream if you haven't already done so. Right? And for those of you guys who are just coming in, the conversation has been, and you know, it's a really big message for the diaspora, for us to be aware and for us to know that it's not a bed of roses relocating to the motherland. But we should not be put off. We should know that there is work to be done and we can make a difference together. We can make a difference together. We need to unite and make our voices heard, because the process of citizenship for the diaspora just needs to be a lot more smoother. It's just a tedious process of applying for visa extensions, and it's quite costly as well. It can be quite costly. And that we need to also be recognized that we are, you know, they are continental African, they were born on the continent, but we are from the diaspora, but we're still one. We're still brothers and sisters. And even when you relocate to the continent and you may be frustrated because you feel like you're not being embraced in the way that you thought you should, I say don't be frustrated, don't give up. It's a way also to educate that person who you're interacting with. That's why it's very important to have these conversations, to have these dialogues, so that you're better prepared for your relocation journey. Okay, that you're better prepared for your relocation journey, because a couple of weeks ago when a continental African looked at me and said, well, you're not African, I was quite shocked. I was like, yes, I am. And I had to break it down. So be prepared to educate continental Africans. Be prepared, because a lot of them, a significant amount of them needs this deconditioning of the mind, and also this reprogramming and relearning. And that's the one thing also that's been filtrated to divide us and keeps dividing us. So you must know there is work to be done, and you must be prepared. You must be prepared to work, to fight for your place on the motherland, to gain recognition on the motherland. Okay? Anointed Praise is in the building and saying pleasant greetings, Kerry-Ann and everyone. My thumbs up is done. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Anointed Praise. We have Viva Rwanda in the building, and Viva Rwanda is saying Rwanda to the world. Yes, Rwanda to the world, most definitely. Rwanda is really up there. You guys know I love Rwanda because of, yeah, the journey, you know, where it's come from and where it's going, the vision that the government has in place for Rwanda. And I just want to be a part of that change. I want to be a part of that change. And, you know, I want to contribute to the, you know, the change I wish to see in Rwanda, or the changes I wish to see in Rwanda. And that's why I'm working my ass off. I'm working my socks off. I'm working so hard, guys. You don't understand. I'm working so hard. Obviously, a lot has changed right now because of my current situation, but definitely when I get back, I've got a lot of work to do. And for those of you guys who don't know, I have got a surprise for my subscribers, my supporters, those of you guys who are thinking about relocating to Rwanda. I have a surprise for you guys, and I cannot wait to share it. But I am saying that we need to get to 5K subscribers, or you guys need to wait until I get back to Rwanda. So whichever comes first, when I get back to Rwanda or when I hit the 5K. Right, guys, I'm really determined to hit 5K subscribers. So you guys can help me by sharing out some of my favorite videos. Get in one of your family and friends to at least subscribe to my channel, okay? Help me gain visibility. If you support Lady Visionary, come on, guys. Why have you not yet subscribed? Why haven't you not got a family member or friend to subscribe? Why are you not sharing out my videos? You're guilty, you know it. You can support me just by doing those few things. Okay, we have Anointed Prayer saying, I'm an African American in the US. When I took my DNA report, it did not say American American. It clearly said that I'm 98% African and 2% Amazonian, Native American from Brazil. You see, we like our African governments, our continental Africans, they really don't fully understand. And so we have to educate them. We have to educate them, because there will be a change. We will be recognized as descendants of our ancestors. There will be a day. It will come. But we need to be willing to fight. We need to be willing to put in the work to gain that recognition, because there's a lot of psychological brainwash that's happened. There's a lot of programming that's happened, a lot of like colonization that's happened. And so it's going to take time. It's really going to take time to go through that process to be able to get to the end goal. We definitely need to be aware of that. You know, and I'm giving you this information because you can have a scenario where someone relocates, finds out that, you know, they're not being treated accordingly, and then you're saying, you know what, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. And this is just another way of trying to get you guys better prepared for some of the challenges that you may face moving to the continent. That can be frustrating, to say the least. It can be very frustrating. But if you're prepared in advance, you know the information, then it's going to really help with your relocation journey, or with your transition from the Americas to the motherland, or from the West to the motherland. Okay? Right. Viva Rwanda, thank you for your contribution, Lady Visionary. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. You didn't have to be here, but you're here with me. So thank you. I appreciate you. Anointed Prayers. My DNA report doesn't say I'm African American. Yes. 98% African. I read that. Exactly. So we must be recognized accordingly. Like, I haven't done a DNA test, but I know that I'm African. It's in my blood. I know it. Who can tell me that I'm not African? No one. But continental Africans need to be educated to know that, yes, we are descendants of our ancestors. We are Africans too. And we should be treated like your brothers and sisters. Do not treat us any differently. Because there will be situations where you are treated differently because you're just looked at as a foreigner from outside. That is the truth. And I want you guys to be prepared. And we shouldn't have to be dealing with these challenges, considering what we're dealing with in the Americas and the West. And that's why it's important for you guys to share out these videos so that these concerns can come to the forefront. Share out these videos. Share out my videos. Maybe it's going to reach someone that can help influence change. And that's why I do what I do on this channel. Because I want it to go far and wide and influence the changes we need to see on the motherland. Guys, make sure you like the live stream. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already done so. I am Lady Visionary. I have relocated from the UK to Rwanda to live my best life and to contribute to the development of Rwanda. Make sure you also support Lady Visionary whenever I'm live with a super chat. You can also support via PayPal, all the amazing works I'm doing. Please, please, please do consider supporting me. You guys will know that I am not someone that just sits on YouTube and does this. No, it will never be Lady Visionary. What I say, it needs to be put into action, be demonstrated, and for you guys to eventually see the outcome. It may not happen just like this, but definitely it will happen. Mark my word. I'm putting the work in so we can get results. We will get results. And I need you guys to support what I'm doing. When we talk about uniting and supporting each other, I need you guys to support what I'm doing. 100%. It's something that I cannot do alone. You guys know that saying, no man, one man can build an island. I need you guys to support. 100%. Right. Viva Rwanda. Everyone can be the change we want to see in our society. Everyone. Even if it's a small change. And this, yeah, like just little bits of input can move mountains. And never underestimate what contribution you can bring to the table. Because that little contribution may just be what we need to move that mountain. Okay? And that's what I believe to be true for myself as well. That's what I do. People may say, oh, she's only got a few thousand subscribers. But, you know, the subscribers that I have, we're going to be able to move mountains. So do not underestimate my channel, right? I'm here not just to talk, but to really make a change. Put my words into action. Build businesses, employ our people, change their lives, improve their livelihoods, bring clean water to vulnerable families. Right, let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see what you guys are saying. Right. Anointed Prayers is saying, my ancestors are from Africa, but some African Americans will tell you straight up that they are not African. I will never deny my ancestry came from Africa. Sorry, my ancestors came from Africa. Yes. I mean, that is not new. A lot of African Americans, I know, they don't identify as Africans. However, that has been changing. Because even Caribbean, you say, oh, you know, you're African as well. They'll be like, no, I'm not African. They'll get really offensive. They'll get really offensive. But again, we're now with this movement, we're starting to see a change because they're choosing to gather information and learn more about their history. And that's what we needed. Bob Marley sing that song. If you don't know your history, then you don't know where you're coming from. It's like, yeah, we need to know our history. That's why a lot of Black people are so lost. We don't know our history. We don't know where we're going. Our history have been hidden from us. But we're digging it all up and we're wanting to know our history. And that is helping us is giving us a level of consciousness that we didn't have before. Right? And it's helping to give us direction in terms of what we need to do for our motherland and for the future generations to come. We have a big role to play right now. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Right. Viva Rwanda, join the movement now by sharing Lady Visionary videos and Pan-Africanist stories. Yes, that's the way you're going to do it. Don't just come and watch. When you know information, share that information to someone else. Share out some of your favorite videos on my channel, as well as other YouTubers. Right. Guys, I will be rounding up in the next 5 minutes. Make sure you like if you haven't already done so. Subscribe if you're new. I'm Lady Visionary. Again, I've relocated from the UK to Rwanda, working on various projects in hospitality, real estate, farming, and will eventually start a project in healthcare. Real Padru is saying, I see the videos coming from Africa. It's such a hassle to make a living that continental Africans don't have time to think about the diaspora African descendants. Yeah, a lot of Africans, they, let's, if we really talk about the level of poverty on the motherland, which is so unnecessary considering considering how much resources we have, the level of poverty and the resources, it doesn't match. So yeah, like a lot of people are focused on how to make bread day by day, or how they're going to put food on the table day by day. Right? Viva Rwanda is saying, thank you for your relocation to Rwanda as your next home. Thank you. Anointed prayers. Our cousins in Africa should embrace us with open arms. Our families got separated and severed because of the institution called slavery, but we are still family. Exactly. And that's why when I have these conversations, I always mention slavery. I always mention to our continental brothers and sisters slavery and how just giving them that information about slavery and how we were all like taken to different parts of the world through slavery. And some of us are trying to come back to the motherland and relocate and connect with our roots, because we have that right. We were forcibly taken. Our ancestors was raped, beaten, chained, enslaved for hundreds and hundreds of years. But we are still family. So as I said, there definitely has to be that education. We have to educate our continental African brothers and sisters. And I believe this will help with them and how they embrace us. Right. Bear with me, guys. Okay, Anointed President, it's true some diasporans around the world are starting to recognize our African ancestry. Yeah, that's right. It's taken some time because of like what we've been taught and how like we've been psychologically influenced by the West and the Americans. But you're starting to see a change, starting to see that movement, which is great. That that recognition that yes, we are African. Ingrid, we shouldn't have to prove that we're Africans. Just looking at us, you can see that we are Africans. We don't look Chinese, Indian, or white. The color of our skin and our phenotype shows I am African. Exactly. exactly that. But I know also in Sierra Leone, if you can, like, obviously if you do the DNA testing and you can prove certain things, I'm not fully aware, but I think Sierra Leone, they're giving automatic citizenship. Yeah. But we shouldn't have to prove that, you know what I mean? As Ingrid is saying, we shouldn't have to prove that, you know. Again, yeah, I don't look Chinese, Indian, I don't look white. Look at the color of my skin. Isn't that enough to just say I'm African? I haven't done the DNA test, but I know I am African. I know I'm African. I know, you know, my bloodline. Right. It makes me happy to hear you and others like you who are on the ground in Africa say things are changing for the better of Africa. Most definitely. But we, the diaspora, must know that we have work on our hands. Things are changing. There are incremental changes. People may argue it's not fast enough. But we need to be able to recognize what we can do to also influence the change for generations to come. Right. The beauty of Lulan is saying too many people think slavery is over. It still exists. Oh, yes, most definitely. Slavery just exists, but in a different form. Like, for me, it was like, you know, gaining that level of consciousness, living in Europe, living in the UK, you know, the way the system is designed, like you're not in those physical chains, but you are still in those invisible chains. And, you know, it took a while to recognize that, look, I'm still a slave in the West. The only difference is I don't have chains tied to my wrists and my feet, but I'm still in change in the West. And that's one of the reasons why I chose to relocate to the motherland. Even in the Americas, you guys, you're in chains. Psychologically, you've got a chain on your brain. And it takes a lot to recognize that you're in a system that's just going to keep you bound, keep you working, keep you stressed, keep you filled with diseases, no real progress at the end of it, and no real quality of life. And by the time you get to a certain age, you realize that you haven't really lived because you've been bound by chains for all these years. And escaping the UK, for me, felt like escaping that arena of slavery, breaking those chains. And I felt I couldn't be feeling more free. So when I was in the Western system of oppression, systematic racism, chains, mentally, it scars you. And so it's such a big decision to relocate, especially when you've been used to, you know, a particular system, a particular form of oppression. It almost becomes your normality, but it's not normal. It is not normal. And so that's why we need to get out. We need to see how we can get out, and we need to see how we can get to the motherland and live a better quality of life, and also impact people development, economical development, and so much more if we unite. Right. Kemi is saying, in East Africa, slavery started 1,000 years ago. with the Arab slave trade, then 500 years, West Africa slave trade. African, we really need to get rid of labels of red tape for all diaspora. Most definitely. I think that's one of the biggest hindrances to why we haven't made the significant progresses that we need to see, because there's a lot of labels and red tape. Oh, you're from this country, I'm from Ghana, you're from Kenya, you're from this country, you're from this tribe, he's from that tribe, I don't like this tribe. A lot of the brainwashing psychological barriers that still exist, that were put in place by the colonial era, is still having an effect on our motherland even today. It's so sad. Even today. Right, a lot of African governments, you have like, oh, as I said, I'm like, this country is Ghana, there's really been a push. Also like Kwame Nkrumah spoke about, Africa uniting. But Africa is still pretty much so divided that, they can speak to one country and do some deals behind their back, speak to another country, do some deals behind their back, and they will never know that they are in a worse off position, because they're not coming together, they're not united. And that's what the diaspora, we've been talking about, we've been pushing for, a united Africa. So many leaders before the current ones have spoken about unity and the power in unity and the power of Africa when African leaders, Africa really come together and unite. And our people come together, the Black community, the diaspora, the continental Africans, they come together and unite as one. Yeah? Real Padre is saying we are still building their world. Yes, we're building their world. Like, oh, guys, like, in the Americas, we slave. You guys, you slave. In Europe, the West, we slave. We build their economy, we build their systems, we do so much for them, but yet we don't get the recognition. And still we have to protest for Black Lives Matter in the 21st century. We're begging for them to recognize us as human beings. When we can actually make a change, develop motherland, influence change on the motherland, and just make a change in general for our people. Be the voices, bring our individual skills, our entrepreneurial skills, build businesses, build industry, create jobs. That's going to have an impact on the development of Africa. We're building the country, we continue to build the countries of people who don't give a damn about us or our children. News is saying Black people are the only people in the world who refuse to be race first. Therefore, Africa will continue to be the doormats of the world. Yes, because they recognize that we don't put ourselves first and we don't value ourselves. We don't value our resources. So they will continue to treat us like doormats. They will continue to come into Africa and steal our resources, even when our leaders are looking. Because they're like, these people are idiots. We just need to continue to come in, destabilize, so these people cannot progress or be anything. Look what's happening in Congo. Congo being one of the richest countries on the whole continent because of all its resources. And when you look at the level of poverty in Congo, and you look at the instability, because that instability is purposefully created to make sure that Congo doesn't progress. Because when you have a disabled society, an unstable society, when they're busy fighting amongst themselves, you go in and you take what you need to take, because they're not concerned about that. They're concerned about fighting each other. That's why we need unity amongst our people, unity amongst our governments, African governments, that are well prepared and know how these different countries in Europe, in the Americas, they're positioning themselves, even China, the way they're positioning themselves to take over Africa. They're like, oh, these people, they're sleeping. They have no awareness of what we're doing. And we're going to strategically position ourselves on the continent, continuously produce instability, so that we can just come in and eventually conquer everything. These people will not see it coming. By the time they see it coming, or by the time they reach this level of awareness, everything is gone, completely gone. That is the reality of what we are dealing with on the motherland. People have strategically, the West, the Chinese, the Americans have strategically positioned themselves not for the benefit of the African people, but for the benefit of themselves and their future generations. That is the truth. They have strategically planned for their future, but they have no business with ours. They do not care. Africa has no friends, and that is the truth. That is the truth. Because if they had friends, we would not see the level of poverty that we see on the continent today. We would not see that. But it's really funny how these people, they strategically place themselves. They say, oh, we're a friend of Africa. Oh, give us this, we'll give you this. But it's not a good deal. It doesn't match. They're laughing when they do these deals. Oh, these idiots, we catch them every time. We set the same trap and they fall into it every single time. How stupid. They tell their friends, and their friends come in, do the same thing. Africa has no friends, and it's time that our African government really woke up to this harsh reality. It's time that the diaspora woke up to this harsh reality. It's time that continental Africans also wake up to this harsh reality. Until then, we're not going to really see the changes that we need to see, because we're just going to sit back and let these people do whatever they want with the motherland. No, and that's where the diaspora, we come in. We have work to do. We have to fight. We have to fight for a seat at the table. We have to fight for change for our people and for future generations to come. Our ancestors fought the good fight. Now it's our turn. Now it's our turn. Right, guys, I will be rounding up very shortly. Just going to read a few more of your comments. Kemi is saying, UK already has social class system in which our aristocrats still rule. They hardly ever marry black. The whole world prioritizes their people. Africa is the only place where African diaspora are home. Yes, that is our home. Where else do we belong? Africa, the motherland, is our birthright. It is our home. We want to be a part of that. We want to be embraced. We also want to contribute something, even if it's this small, to develop our motherland and to stop those Chinese, the West, the Americans from stealing and leaving us with nothing. Things have to change. The motherland is our home. Jackie Dallas is saying they create the war in Congo and then behind the scenes steal its resources. Exactly. Whilst the people are fighting, whilst the people are trying to find out how they're going to make the next meal for tomorrow, how they're going to feed their children, how they're going to get medical care, how they're going to put their children into school, while creating that instability, they go in and take what they want from Africa. That's how they've been doing it for years. And then also through corruption on the motherland. You know, giving our leaders some money to be able to come in and do whatever they like. But our leaders are not thinking about the long-term consequences of their actions and how that continues to sustain poverty in Africa. That's the truth. That is the truth. Guys, please go ahead and like the live stream if you haven't already done so. Please make sure you support with a super chat everything that I'm doing. I really appreciate it. The super chat button is the $sign right there. Jackie saying, where do poor people get guns? We don't even want to go there. Exactly. It's from them, from the West. They know we're going to massacre our own people when you give those type of resources. They don't give us anything good. They put the bad things in our hands so we can do the bad things to ourselves and to our own people. And it works time and time again. They say, look at these people, they're so stupid. Just give them some guns, some machete. They'll get busy with each other and we'll just go in. Divide and conquer. That's always been the strategy. Divide and conquer. Ooh. Sorry guys, almost knocked that over. Ingrid is saying, it's like taking candy from a baby. Our leaders are babies. Can you imagine? But some of our leaders are waking up though. Some of our leaders are starting to wake up. Very few. Very few. Rue Padu saying, the continentals are competing against themselves. This is why they don't know the treachery of the European and welcome them with a smile. Yeah, that's the issue, because they look at Europeans as gods. They look at Europeans as gods. That is the pandemic I spoke about in one of my recent videos. You know, that white savior complex that's also ingrained in the brains of our continental Africans. And so you will see that because of that, you will see that these people are able to come in and navigate their way in Africa without question. They do what they like. They grab it and they go. They do. They look at the whites as gods, and that is a significant problem with the continental Africans. It really is a significant issue. It's a pandemic. It's worse than COVID-19. That is the true reality. They need a vaccination for this. They need a cure. Okay, Ingrid is saying a Chinese man shot a 6-year-old little boy here in the US. Imagine. Imagine. When we don't value ourselves, we don't value our own people. How can other people value our lives? How can they value our lives? Ingrid is saying we hate our brothers and sisters, but we love our enemies. We reach out to them with open arms. We reach out to them with open arms, but we shun our own brothers and sisters, the people that look like you and me. Guys, I don't know what else to say, but it's been lovely having this conversation. This dialogue is very important. As I say, sharing information is very, very important. Disseminating information is very, very important. It's the duty, I think, as supporters of my channel to disseminate this type of information, to share out some of my videos that you have found useful, that it may be useful for others out there, a way to help us come together, the diaspora, to be able to bring about the changes we wish to see, to be able to be a part of change, to be able to unite on one accord and say enough is enough. We're not going to allow you to rape more than Africa. Our brothers and sisters on the continent, you must recognize that we are your brothers and sisters. Don't treat us differently because we're coming, or we were born in Europe, we were born in the Americas, and we're trying to come home. Embrace us. Let's work together. Teach me something, I'm going to teach you something. Okay. Is it Marthy M. David saying we should stop all future contracts with the outside world and until we are in a proper and favorable condition to start building our system the way we want, period. Most definitely, there needs to be some sort of change to the way that we do business with the outside world. Because a lot of the business contract is not for the greater good of Africa. And so there definitely needs to be a change within that particular arena. Most definitely, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Guys, it's been lovely having this conversation with you. Do make sure you give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the conversation today. Do make sure you share out the information. Do make sure you smash on that red subscribe button if you're new. Remember, whenever I am live, you can support Lady Visionary with a super chat. I've also got all the PayPal details running across the screen. Also, guys, for those of you guys who are interested in relocating and investing specifically in Rwanda, then you guys can send me an email at projecthealtha@gmail.com. I'll just put that on the screen for you guys who are interested. projecthealtha@gmail.com. I normally run consultations for about an hour. It is at a price, but it's very, very affordable, a very, very affordable price. So all you have to do is send me an email and then we can set up a Zoom consultation. And then we can go through your relocation needs in a very detailed format, as well as we can discuss different plans with regards to doing business in Rwanda. The consultations are directed by yourself in terms of what you want to know. So you have to come prepared with your questions. Yeah, and we'll just go through that. So if that's something that you're interested in, please do go ahead and send me an email at projecthealtha@gmail.com. That's projecthealtha@gmail.com. And then we can sort you out with your appointment. Okay. I just want to thank each and every one of you again. Thank you so much for joining the conversation. I will see you guys in the next one. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you are new. Take care, and I'll see you guys again in the next one. Lots of love. Lady Visionary, I'm out.